That's pretty cool, right? Hello all and welcome to my channel. I hope you are having a great day. I'm your host, the Emperor, and today we're going to get started. But, three things, actually. So, first off, I'm going to start with the first thing. Of course, the Strange New Worlds musical episode, which was, I think, released yesterday. Now, I probably got a little something to say about that, and of course, don't take it into offense. And if you do, then I don't really care. But I don't understand what's with people hating on this episode, or people just saying, oh, it's kinda iffy. I mean, there are tons of Star Trek episodes that are pretty iffy. I mean, I can name a few, but of course the list is long. But for the most part, it's just a musical episode. It's not like they just wanted to try something new. They just wanted to see something. If there are those who like it, there are those who don't like it. There's like 98% of the people who don't like it because, of course, you know, they're old people, and I hate that noise. I don't know why, but it's to the left of me. It's coming from over there. I don't know what that is. But, you know, that's just something that you would actually hear on ship scanners whenever, you know, or at least where they're doing a scan of a certain thing. You know, scanning particles, anomalies, whatever. But, yeah, anywho, skipping that. The second thing I want to add is actually going back to the first thing, it's just a musical. No need to put your extreme hate on it. I mean, I find the episode kind of enjoyable. And I say it's like a classic. It's just another day on the Enterprise, you know? If you actually think about it, it's just a normal day on the Federation's flagship. Because, as Boimler said, they're in the golden age of exploration and good stuff like that. And, you know, it's actually pretty nice. And another thing I want to, and of course the second thing I want to add is the Agony Redistributor. Now, I'm probably going to say this, but the Agony Redistributor is it's still garbage. Like, it's still garbage. Like, even if it says on the tooltip that it will reduce the damage as it goes along, I think the Agony Redistributor is somewhere in my inventory, because I ran some tests on it on the Citadel Dread. You know, it's supposed to build up damage over time, and it's supposed to kill it instantly, pretty much. But, of course, we got the, update for, you know, today's event and stuff like that, and on the same note, we actually got the update for the Agony Redistributor. And I say that's pretty nice, seeing this stuff. I mean, it looks nice on the tooltip, but, you know, it goes, as it goes past 17.5k damage, it goes down to 10% at, you know, 175k damage per second. Now, I'm gonna say that this thing is not worth it because, you know, it builds up damage over time. I mean, this thing used to have no restriction, and that's good and dandy and all, but yeah, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Now, of course, I bought a lot of these. I might just sell them, really, because they have the wrong mods. And I mean, if you kind of look at this stuff, this thing is, oh, like, the list is long when it comes to that. But anyway, back to what we were saying. Of course, the third thing I probably forgot, but I'll come back to it. So, a third thing also I wanted to say. Now, of course, if you guys have already seen my crew already, the away team. This isn't new. This is not my new away team for the series. It's just something I want to show off to people because haha, I'm smart and you're not. But another thing, I'm not going to tell you where I got all these Orion Bridge officers from, despite my character being a Federation character. The reason why I say that is because the devs, they are watching Star Trek Online like a lot. And one thing they do look at is, you know, they look at consoles, they look at other stuff, they look at stuff like the Agony Redistributor, even stuff from like several years back, back up to 4 years, like that Ryzen Weather Control ship. That was the summer event ship. I think that was like a couple years ago. Now it's in Mud's Market. But if you actually get what I mean by all this, they will fix stuff that, you know, that's broken. So, me personally, if I want to keep this glorious stuff and keep this glorious crew in my roster, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I mean, people are going to figure it out eventually, how to do it, but other than that, it's been like 7 years since people even had a single discussion about diplomatic officers, and most likely, for the most part, most people don't even care about diplomatic bridge officers. Like, literally, no one cares. No one seems to give a single damn about it. So, in my case, that's fine. Which is fine in my case. But today, we're going to be talking about the Terran Emperor Environmental Suit. Now, of course, in my opinion, this is actually the best suit. This is actually the best armor in the game currently. It has some physical, kinetic, and energy damage resistance. It has a lot. Of course, the one thing it lacks is that the QNC armor has that the Terran Empire suit does not have is the built-in crit severity and crit chance. And, you know, that's the one thing that's missing. And crit chance and crit severity are the two big things in the game. Now, of course, I think I could try to re-engineer. Of course, this thing can be re-engineered. It can be re-engineered. So, it can be re-engineered to a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, depending on your mission, depending on what you're going in. Like, if it's gonna be a physical mission, you can re-engineer it to physical. If you have a lot of that lithium, of course. But, of course, the list is pretty long, in my opinion. I mean, they really do have a lot of stuff. And I put that equipped it with the Enduring Cold Weather Operations Kit frame. It makes me somewhat immune to cold damage. Like, for example, the Breen, for example, they use cold weapons and they freeze your entire crew and stuff. I make sure I put that on there so that way I'm actually adaptable against the Breen attacks, which is pretty nice, and I call it pretty niche. Now, I put the Lucari proto matter thing there because I'm running out of stuff to put it. I mean, I could put Gomarka is there because the shield capacity or the Nakul shield. Honestly, I might hold on. I might just yeah, I'm just gonna equip the Nakul shield. It's fine. Who did I take it from? Wait, who did I know I took it from one of my my bridge crew. Yeah, I took it from a pretty Lucari officer. I'm sorry. But you get a cool new set though. See? All good things dandy, right? Right. But yeah, of course you pretty much want the Nakul Temporal Op shield because of course the shield capacity is the same, but what I'm putting down is that of course every time your shields go down to 0, of course it creates a temporal distortion. Now of course it creates a temporal distortion, you know, for 10 seconds, and you are pretty much immune to damage and invisible to the enemy. Now, that's pretty cool, because, you know, Nakul Tech is pretty awesome. But, of course, the Kumarke set does the same thing. It does the same thing when it comes to shields. Now, I'm not going to say... Now, of course, it has a drone that gives you immunity for 60 seconds. Now, that thing is targetable, and so is the distortion when it comes to the time slip, because it creates a somewhat copy of yourself. But I mean, the difference between this and that is that you're pretty much invisible to the enemy, something I did not even know. And you're kind of immune, same thing as the Kumarke set. Now, of course, I would put the 2-piece because of the crit chance and crit severity, but you know, I want a Terran Empire theme build. Plus, I'm using this as pretty much my main weapon. It's been my main weapon for at least a couple months in the game. I've taken the advice from my fleet leader. I think his name is Doug. Yeah, I've taken advice from my fleet leader Doug. He, you know. He told me about the suit. He told me about the mechas and stuff, which is pretty nice. But anyway, we're going off topic here. Now, we're gonna pretty much get a little description because I got to the same thing. It's, by the way, how. Now, it's gonna be a painful bunch. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a painful bunch. So, as for the Zen, I do not know how much Zen, but I know how much it costs because I know it hurt a lot out of my account. But of course, this entire thing costs like around 180 bucks or 200 bucks. Now, of course, there was a sale going on. That would be, you know, probably like 100, 120, if I'm not mistaken. So with all of that, you know, you get the Terran Empire, you get the Terran Emperor suit, and you know, you get exclusive variants and shit like that. But of course, the three things you get, well, of course, the four new things you get is the environmental suit, the Beverly Crusher hologram, and the sticks and the mirror crossfield. Now, the sticks is actually the best tanking ship in the game, something that you pretty much want if you're doing a tank. Now, it's pretty much I can't say it's better than the legendary Command Dreadnought cruiser because I don't own it. But some others would probably tell you that it is, some would tell you that it isn't. To be honest, no one really cares. If you own the sticks, you got the best tank in the game. Down. That's about it. But yeah, you own the Terran Empire suit for just a standard payout of 180 bucks. Something that I happily paid for because I love the Empire. Now, the Terran Emperor suit. Let's go and get a little detail on it. Okay, there we go. Alright, this particular suit was designed by the Terran Emperor Wizard Crusher himself. It is capable of bending time around the wearer and is uniquely specialized to resist Terran technology in anticipation of betrayal. So of course, this is just a regular stats when it's not upgraded at all. Now, when it's upgraded, of course I have my upgraded because I wear it 98.9% of the time. Now of course I pretty much have 25% regeneration. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I think it's because of resistance. I have a lot of HP and resistance, which is quite needed. Now of course I have 144 physical damage, resistance, and 117 kinetic damage. Physical and kinetic are kind of the same in terms of damage output. They are kind of the same in terms of that. Like, if somebody were to, like, you know, beat you up with that thing, it'll resist quite a lot when it comes to that. Of course, it does some phaser and disruptor damage, and environmental and radiation damage, and a lot of maximum hit points. Now, maximum hit points is your current health in the game. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, sorry. Sorry. But, environmental damage resistance rating, I might not know what that means, but I guess it's like cold, fire, you know, all this other stuff. And, of course, it has root, knockback, and, you know, the regular things. But what kind of actually is interesting about this thing is the warp bubble ruptures. And you know, you get some EVC lights, which is the one you saw pretty much in the beginning, which activates some warp bubble ruptures. And also you could do the same thing with these, which of course it increases as your health decreases. I mean, it increases damage as your health decreases, if that makes any sense at all. So of course it goes like this. Very nice, eh? Now, of course, I kind of wanted to make a god build somewhat, you know, time, space bending and stuff. I'm pretty much going to have to get the time hack from Muds, which is officially here. And I want it so bad, but, you know, kind of broke today. But anyways, this Terran Empire suit is the best. Is actually the best EV suit. And it is tied with the Burnham's Q and C armor. It's pretty much the best in the game right now. Now, the only thing that's actually missing is the crit chance and crit severity. Of course, that can be backed up with the not cool 2-piece, if that makes any sense for anyone. Now, of course, if you actually are into environmental suits, you can just get the Andorian Cold Weather Operations Kit frame, because every time your EV suit is active, for 1 minute every 3 minutes while it's active, you get some perception, some armor, and some shields. Now, well, of course, those are extras. And also you get some kit performance, and some get some improving kit performance damage and some improved ground weapon damage, which is pretty nice too. So of course, thank you all for watching. If you guys want to like, share, and subscribe, because it's kind of YouTube, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.